second semi-final of the AP Triple T, our tag title tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner contest is set for one fall. This is the semi-final match in the AP Triple T. Reaching the ring this time, from the bantamweight of 395 pounds. This is the Bruiserweight Elite Tour. The Kiwi Son, Travis Banks. They're collectively known as the Strong Style Collective.
You know, Travis Banks and Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, two real alpha males, two men who are used to getting what they want. But actually, both of them had a fairly slow start to their singles careers here in WCPW. Not picking up as many early victories as they'd hoped, but now having teamed together with those complementary styles, Alex, they are a force to be reckoned with.
They were two men that needed a win, and they're going to get it together. That's my prediction.
If they're going to make the finals, though, they're going to have to beat two wrestlers, two mighty wrestlers.
And their opponents, total body weight 205 kilograms. This is the team of Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, the Coffeys.
Joe and Mark Coffey, their tag team debut in the quarterfinals. Of course, Joe Coffey been a part of WCPW for much longer. And Coffey, much like I guess I said about Banks and Dunne, had a little bit of a struggle in singles competition. Had a couple of losses to Minoru Suzuki, for example, but now he seems to be very much back on course, having brought his brother Mark into this. And Strong Style Collective have jumped their opponents to start this semi-final.
And history is littered with people who on their own weren't amazing in getting things done, but when they came together, they performed miracles. And so far, the Strong Style Collective have done that, Dave. They have turned around their losing ways and turned them into winning ones. Look at that cannonball. Oh.
Banks and Dunne, both so intense. And there's a kick from the Strong Style Collective. Dunne will go for the cover. Once again, there's a double team situation. Finally, we get Banks out of there. So it's Dunne and Joe Coffey who are going to start this one out officially. Fans in London are calling Dunne a cheap jack swagger.
That's just rude.
He's going to take exception to that. Dunne and actually Banks, neither of them are exactly the most mirth-filled individuals, are they? Pretty serious guys.
And they don't laugh very much either.
That's what that means.
You should tell about Smurfs.
Mirth.
Ah.
Going for a double suplex of Banks and Dunne, but Joe Coffey been able to block that so far.
Look at that strength of Coffey. Oh my gosh.
Double suplex.
He really put the super into that suplex.
Coffey tagging his brother Mark. So for Mark, this is just the second time he's been in a WCPW ring. Gonna charge at Banks a second time. Big clothesline, snapping the neck backwards with a Kiwi buzzsaw. Banks had an incredible 2016 after emigrating here from New Zealand to try and make his name on the much bigger British scene.
And now he's going to go to the finals of the tag tournament if he can avoid moves like that by Mark Coffey.
Oh, so that's your pick? Am I going to get a pick off you?
I'm going with the Strong Style Collective.
Oh, that's rare.
Yeah,
Actually,
what do you mean it's rare?
Get off the fence.
I'm always gambling. I mean, picking winners for money.
Yeah, they were always picking winners. That's a different story. It's about your personal hygiene. Banks is going to charge at Coffey in a stereo kicks there with the help from his partner Dunne. Covered by Banks. Well, maybe not. No, he's going to mount him and ground and pound by Banks.
Ground and pound? That was just pound and pound.
It's a one count only.
It's great to be here, Dave, in my hometown of London, in Elephant and Castle. I find it kind of fitting being in Elephant and Castle, seeing as I'm the king of commentary and you're just a fat beast.
That was nice.
Been working on that one.
The winners of this semi-final will advance to the final, where they will face Liam Slater and Johnny Moss. That's going to take place at Delete WCPW, our next pay-per-view. And What an incredible card of action, Alex, we've got lined up for that night in Nottingham, including that steel cage match for the WCPW World title. Joseph Connor's going to defend against his nemesis, Joe Hendry.
El Ligero versus Cody Rhodes.
Broken Matt Hardy, Bully Ray, one-on-one.
I was going to get to that.
Well, you didn't.
There is no I in team, but there is in iPay-per-view. Put that on Twitter.
Spelling bee there from Alex Shane. Dunne, well, we've seen this many times and it doesn't get any less disgusting the more we see it. Dunne taking out the gum shield, trying to bite on Mark Coffey.
And that right there is what happens when you don't feed your kid as a child. You're what happens when you don't hug them. Pete Dunne's what happens when you don't feed them.
And what are you?
Happens when you give them too many toys and tell them they're the best every day.
Yeah, that explains a few things. Banks and Dunne taking advantage of Joe Coffey's short temper. Referee was distracted and they...
Hold on, my mum's calling.
Why is your phone on?
She's just telling me I'm still the best.
Does your mum call you every day?
Oh, multiple times a day.
How old are you?
Check Wikipedia. 21.
You're not on Wikipedia. Dunne continuing this assault on Mark Coffey. And the Coffey's in trouble here, aren't they? How are they going to get out of this as the Strong Style Collective, pretty relentless in those frequent tags and the assault on Mark? Oh.
Nice wrestling there by Mark, yeah. That Russian leg sweep. What he needed.
Yeah, referee's got to count on both men and Banks is going to crawl to the corner. He's going to make the tag to Dunne. I don't think Mark's going to get there. No, he's not. And that is just rubbing salt in the wounds as Joe Coffey helpless to watch on.
It's funny you should say that because that finger might go better with salt.
What? Oh, you're a cannibal now.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving him some advice. Culinary tips. I'm the king of culinary.
I give up. I really give up on you tonight. Swinging round and round and round, a variation of the giant swing on Travis Banks. And planted face first.
It's like a Kama Sutra swing.
Your mind is in the gutter today.
Just what we saw earlier with B. Priestley and Will Ospreay. Permanently there now.
And just keep it to yourself. Oh, for once. Oh, there's a forced miscue. Bang, no, with the accidental DDT, if that's possible, on his tag partner, the Bruiserweight.
Oh, he's going for that giant swing. On Pete Dunne.
Yeah, here's the original version. Saw the variation on Banks. Hang on, reversal. Small package by Dunne gets a 2 count. Oh! Big chops across the chest from Joe Coffey, the Iron Man of WCPW.
You'd need an iron chest to be able to defend against that, Dave. Double chop. Coffey now, what's he going for? Hits the ropes.
Coffey's going for a double clothesline. Instead, he's the victim of a double headbutt.
But keep your eye on Mark, Dave.
And Mark's recovered and crossbody, high crossbody on Travis Banks. Who are the legal men?
Referee Joe Allen is having the hardest night of his life. Oh, Travis Banks with that clothesline out of nowhere.
A leaping clothesline, almost disconnecting the head of Mark Coffey from his shoulders. Joe Coffey now with a rear waistlock on Banks, who knows he's in trouble.
This one is a referee's nightmare. Oh, but Pete Dunne.
The big German suplex. Double foot stomp.
This is why they're my pick, Dave. I called it, I said it, did I not? I'm going to say it again. Strong Style Collective all the way.
Imagine either of these two teams, pump handle attempt by Pete Dunne. Imagine either of these two teams in a final against Moss and Slater at Delete WCPW. Either way, tremendous contest. What a final that's going to be to crown our inaugural tag champion. Coffey went for the crossbody. Dunne was able to cut him off there with the forearm. Here comes Banks. What's this going to be? Banks off the middle. These two have been working on some double team moves. This new team of the Strong Style Collective. Mark Coffey had to make the save.
Great tag team wrestling by both teams and great guesswork by referee Joe Allen. Joe Allen, there you go.
Oh, that's nice.
I just forgot for a second. I was going to guess like he guessed who the legal man was. There's no way he knew there.
I won't get into critiquing the referees. He might critique your commentary.
What is he, Tesla?
Banks is going to off the top. Oh my! Joe saving his brother and instead hitting the uppercut. Running into Guri. Second one. Dunne taking out both of the Coffey brothers. Bruiserweight off the ropes. Instead, pushed up into the uppercut. Here comes the Black Coffey.
That's how they won their last match, Dave. Oh no.
Will they be able to win this one? Yes, it will. It's the Coffeys against Moss and Slater in the tag title final.
Winners of the match and advancing to the finals of the EP Triple T, the Coffeys.
Joe and Mark Coffey go on to Nottingham, November 30th. A date with destiny against Moss and Slater for the chance to become the first ever WCPW Tag Champion.
It's going to be huge, Dave, and you know, I called it for the Coffeys the whole way through this match, and there's a reason why. Because the Coffeys are brothers. They're two men with one goal, and that goal is the WCPW Tag Team Championships, and that's why, you know, I had no doubt.
Banks and Dunne have snuck back into the ring, and Banks and Dunne, the sneak attack, well, sore losers. I said these two are kind of humorless, but they didn't realise they were going to assault the people who beat them. But here come Moss and Slater. Moss and Slater, their opponents on the 30th of November. Moss and Slater. They're going to be facing the Coffeys. Banks and Dunne are upset that it's not going to be them. And we are left with the two teams who will compete for those tag titles. The Strong Style Collective still want to come back for more. You lost, boys. Accept it. Move on.
And tag team wrestling is something that's been claimed to be dead everywhere, but not in WCPW, because the tag division is going from strength to strength, and we now have a finals for that tag team title tournament.
Look at this. Look at the intensity in the eyes of Moss, the eyes of Slater, the eyes of the Coffey brothers. I can't wait for this.
It's like a mirror image in a bizarre way. The two muscle men, stronger men, the two younger men.
Slater and Moss. Wow. Mark Coffey and Joe Coffey. Only one team can make history. What are they saying to each other? Coffeys victorious here as their music plays, but after these four compete at Delete WCPW, will it be the Coffeys music playing, or will it be the music of Slater and Moss? Only one team can have their arms raised. Man, this is just gonna be such a hard-hitting, such an intense tag title match. Are you going to pick a winner on this as well?
Oh, well, I was right last time when I went with the Coffeys, so I'm going to go with...
Sorry, what? That's not who you picked.
I said the Coffeys the whole way, and now I'm going to go for this final. I'm going to go for... Give me a bit more time. I want to keep my streak on a roll. Like the Undertaker
you
at
do know this is
WrestleMania.
recorded, right? So we can go back and hear what you said.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean it's recorded?
Never mind. Worked for Trump, I guess. Maybe it'll work for you. Anyway, Slater and Moss retreating for now. But there will be another day. We know the date. We know the place. It's on What Culture Extra. It's on the Fight app. Slater and Moss, the Coffeys, for the WCPW Tag Team Championships.